Minecraft, not doing tutorials on it. It's a little bit different. So this video is about Python. So if you don't know how to code in Python, yeah, this video is for you. And if you're a complete beginner to coding in general, don't overwhelm yourself. Like, if you think that the code I will be writing or anyone is writing is too much for you, just don't think that. Just keep on going. And that happened to me, and I quit a lot of times, but then I somehow got a motivation to do it, and I learned Python, and it's actually not that hard, kind of like English, and trust me, it is really simple. So anyways, if you want to download Python, go to your web browser thingy and then search Python and then .org, and then it should come up with this page, and then just click the download latest version right there, and then it's gonna do download it and you can do it. But I'm going on an online version because for some reason my Python is not opening. I don't know why. So anyways, so the first thing we should learn is really important. So like really, that's called print statement. It's just print. And if you're doing it on online, it should come up like that. The thingy. Don't click the p print. I don't know what that is. But this one, the first one, and then if you're in the middle of typing and it comes up, you can just click tab, and then it's gonna autofill it, and brackets, and then you can put anything you want. I'm just gonna say hello. So what this does is, you print this over here. So if you put print brackets and something with what is it called, quotes inside, quotes like right there, and then there's something inside it, it should come up here. So as you can see, it says hello, and to prove it does that, hello my wait hello my dog is cool. Okay, it should print my dog is cool. Hello, my dog is cool. So yes, it does say that. So there's some rules to it. First thing, you have to put a print there and brackets. If you forget the brackets, so let's say you forget the brackets, and let's say hello. I don't know if it works. I just have to see. So as you can see, it doesn't work. It says invalid syntax because you haven't added the brackets. And if you add the brackets and just say hello without putting the brackets, it thinks that's a variable. And I'm gonna get into, as you can see, name hello not defined. So I'm gonna get into variables soon. And yeah, that's mostly what printing is. Now, let's get into variables. Variables are like a thing that stores value. Like it can be a string, a boolean, and an integer. And if you don't know what that is, an integer is a number, just a number. A boolean is true or false, and a string is a letter, like a word or one letter. That's not a number. So I'm gonna be showing how you write the three types. So let's say if you also have to name the variable first. So how you write a variable is, first you pick a name. I'm just gonna go my hobby equals, so it should have an equal. My hobby equals let's say coding, And if you, this is a string, so because it has words in it, it's not a number, so you have to put it in quotations. So it's my hobby, that's the variable, and it's storing coding in it. So if we put my age, my age equals let's say 12. It should be blue in this. It says blue because it's an integer, and yeah, this is an integer, so my age is storing 12. It's not 12, it's 13. Whoa. So anyways, 12, I guess. Let's say so you can put, oh, I just removed everything. Okay, so now let's get into Boolean. So alive, let's say the variable equals true. As you can see, it's when I put tr, it's coming, so I can click tab. And yeah, so that's Boolean. It's true or false. You can put false too. So this is variable. So the first one is a string because it's holding what is it? A word. Yes, a word is holding a word, and my age variable is holding a number, which is an integer, and alive variable is holding a boolean, and the boolean is true or false. So if I go here and say print my hobby right there, and you don't need a quote because you actually, yeah, you don't need a quote because my hobby is a variable. It's a local variable, so the print can access this, and you can just put, instead of coding again, you can just put my hobby and it's gonna print coding, as you can see right there. And it works with my age, it works with anything, any kind of as you can see, it says false because I put false here. Any kind of type of variable. Let's try with my age to show you it works. And yeah, 12. So yeah, and if you want to have spaces in your thingy, you can't. If you really want spaces, you can put underscore, because I don't know why spaces don't work. As you can see, it says invalid syntax, so you can't have spaces in variables. But you can use underscore to make it like a space, to represent it as a space. As you can see, it still counts. This, yeah. So yeah, there's another one, other variable type, that is float. So let's say decimal equals 12.5. That's a float. So yeah, so I think it's, you can also define a variable. I think you can do it like that, and then float equals 12.5. So that's how we can define a variable. And yeah, that's it for variables. And you can do anything you want. Like, let's say a equals let's say a equals 2 and b equals 5. 5. Print a plus b. I think that should actually a times b. So the star symbol right there is a multiplication, a times b, and that still works because it will calculate it and then print the answer. So I think it should work. Yeah, as you can see, 5 times 2 is 10 and it prints 10. So that's kind of cool, but how can you get the user's input? So, cause like you have to go to the code as I did a equals all that stuff. Yeah, but you have to go into the code and change the number. So that's kind of really annoying. So what you can do is, I'm just gonna remove the numbers. What you can do is, there's this so what is it? A word called input brackets, and you type something in like uh input add no answer the first number. I just put a colon there, you don't have to. And then you can do the same thing here, but input brackets colon enter the second number. So the thing with inputs though is like it will ask the first one and not the second one with it. So it's gonna ask this one, then wait till the dude who's typing it in, waits till it types for this one, and then it will ask for the other input. So what I mean is, it will ask for this one, not this one yet. Then when it gets the number, it will ask for this one and then calculate it. So now run it. As you can see, nothing's happening, and there's this cursor line thingy, so you can input 21, let's say, not 21 actually, 1, and then when you click enter, the second one comes in, so 6. That should be 6. Oh yes, this will happen because it thinks this is star, SCR, the string. So how do you change it to string if it thinks it's a string? How do you change it to an int actually if it thinks it's a string? So how you do that is you put int bracket and then another bracket at the end, the close bracket. So what it's doing is it's gonna ask for an int value, integer value. So integer is a number. So it's gonna just ask for an integer and then integer input actually. And the same here, you just have to put int, a bracket, and then a second bracket at the end. It's converting the whole string and the number string. As you saw that, it thinks it's a star, a CR. It converts it into an int when it gets the value. So I think it should work now. Let's say 2, 2, 4. As you can see, it just says 4. You don't really know what the answer is. So you can go to print. You can type, let's say, the answer is, and then you can put an end colon, and then put a comma. So yeah, that should still work. Enter fast number 2, 2, and you can see it types in that. So you have to put a comma there, right there, and you have to close the this S string, the sentence, before you attach the variable, I mean the number, to the string. So with this, you can basically create kind of like a calculator or something like that. But there's other things that will make it better, are really better. So there's this things called if. Wait, let me just reset everything. Okay, let me just remove it. If statements, and if statements are self-explanatory. If something happens, if something happens, like if A is the same number as B, then print they are the same number. But if they're not, print they are different numbers. Okay, so we can code that, right? So using if statements, if you just type if, and then let's say A is equal to B, and if you want to say is equal to, you have to put double, because if you just put no equals, not only one equals, that means you're converting a B into A, like because you know it just says this. What do you mean? It's just like, oh, not one equals. That means like you're um like giving it a value, not giving it a value. No, it's not like equals. It means like you have to use two equals basically if you wanna what is it? If you wanna you compare, yes. And then after you write the if statement, you put a colon. So what it's doing, if it checks every second, I think, every second if A is the same as B, and if it is, and when you click enter after the colon, it should look like this. The cursor should be here, and if you put it here, it won't work. When you indent it, that means the code, all of this, if whatever you put in the if is in this. So let me show you. Print um, the they are the same number. So what it's doing is it's checking every time for if A is equal to B, and then if it is, it's printing this. And because it's embedded like when after you write the if statement, it will embed, because if you don't if you don't do that, you're not defining the if. Like there won't, even though if A is equal to B, nothing would happen because it's not embedded. And if something like this happens, go to the start of the code and click tab to embed it, so it's in this. And then if you don't want to embed it, you can just do that. Now this is the else statement. Else. So basically else is if not print print, let's say they are different numbers. They are different numbers. So as you can see, else means like, wait, I'm gonna run through this code first. First, the variable a and b is the user input. You have to type in a number, and if the number is same, it's all of this bit. That's the function. If the number is same, print this. If the number isn't, so if this is not happening, this will happen. So yeah, instead of else, you can just put if. Instead of that, you can also do if a is not equal to b, then print they are different, and they are different numbers. I'm just gonna copy this. Control C, Control V. You can still do that, but else you should use else. You don't have to, but you should. It's much better. It won't be longer. So let's see if it works. Enter first number. Let's say 2. And let's make it the same numbers. So if it's 2, they're the same numbers as you can see. Now let's put 2 again, but now the different numbers, so 5. They are different numbers. As you can see, it works. If I remove this and put the if one, wait, let's try that. If A is not equal to B, then print they are different numbers. I hope that works. 2 and then 8. Yeah, it still works, but it's a little bit longer. I think you just have to write this, but instead of that you can just do else and then colon. And there's some things to it, so you have to put a colon at the end to even make it an if statement. If you don't do that, it won't count as an if statement, and it will say invalid syntax. So yeah, I hope you did learn something, and I might make another video about while loops, for loops. So yeah, I hope you liked the video, and if you did, please do like and subscribe, and comment down below if you want another video on like other functions, like what can you say, like for loops, while loops. And yeah, I hope you did enjoy the video. Bye guys.